What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So we got some pretty interesting news in terms of Battle Royale because we ended up getting a leak of, I guess, what's going to be the next BR map by the end of this year. I haven't really been able to make a video on this, given that, to be honest, I'm kind of been busy just playing on the Switch too, just still enjoying that for a little longer. But I did get a new Elgato recorder, so I'm actually going to test that out later on, maybe stream or, just start recording more footage with this new capture card. So I'm actually very excited for that. But yes, we did hear some news that there is going to be a new map for BR this upcoming year, which of course is going to be Urzikstan. So just in case you guys don't know what Urzikstan is, it's basically a Warzone map that was kind of present for at least the first part of Black Ops 6, as well as basically the entire life cycle of Modern Warfare 3. It was in Warzone for a while until Verdansk came back to, I guess, take over. And yeah, Urzikstan apparently is going to be making its way into this game, but of course, there are some concerns I do have about it. So first off, obviously, the way the map is made, especially when it comes to Warzone maps, there are a lot more buildings rather than just being a plain open fields like Isolated is. And I know you guys are going to correct me saying that there are a lot of buildings in Isolated, but nowhere near as much as Urzikstan. So with this new map, of course, I think gameplay is going to change a little bit, mainly because, again, people are just used to kind of just fighting people out there in the field, but now we're going to have to deal with people that are hiding inside buildings. So the style of gameplay is going to change. And not only that, I mean, given that this is going to come out at the end of the year or next year, I don't know exactly when, we're still going to have to deal with, I guess, the new movement system that they're trying to implement into the game, which we were actually supposed to get for Season 5, but apparently they delayed it until the next major update. And I truly believe that in Season 7, I think that's when we're actually going to get the movement changes. So apparently there's going to be this event called Billy World 2025, where COD Mobile is going to have their own spot there. And it is also said that there is going to be some, or there is possible info about future content that will be revealed in that said area. I personally think that would be a good place to reveal all that information about the new movement because, again, it takes place in July, which by that point, I think Season 6 will already be out. So Season 7 will be, I guess, more on the works. We might even have a test server for that. And from there, we could probably get some information on how they're doing this new movement thing. And I know I did say in the last test server that the movement that was shown for, I guess, the XM4 did not really change anything fundamentally. I'm not really sure about that now because it looks to me that maybe they're actually going to change the movement and the way that it fundamentally works, so things are going to be a little bit more different, which I personally don't mind. I don't mind having a new movement system where we kind of have to relearn the game. If anything, it'll make the game feel a lot more fresh. But it really just depends on how much they are going to change it. Is it going to be to the point where it's just a completely different game? Maybe, I'm not really that sure. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting season. There's going to be one of you guys out there that's probably going to comment, oh, is Omnimoving going to be a thing? Again, I'm not really that sure if that's going to happen. There was like a video, I guess a leak that I guess a developer was messing around with that feature, but I don't know how that would turn out. But hey, crazier things have happened this year. But if anything, I guess this Season 5 update was probably the least interesting update that we've gotten this entire year, which is kind of a good thing. I wasn't expecting every update to be perfect, but this was definitely one of the least eventful updates. If we had the movement changes right now, it would probably be one of the biggest updates, but of course, you can't win them all. There's quite a bit of speculation with Urzikstan as well, where they might actually reduce the size of the map just to kind of, have the game, or I guess have the map run well on a mobile device, which is kind of understandable. But I'm kind of hoping that it's not this thing where it's just a map that's reserved for just tournament mode. And I get that Isolated has been in the game basically since the start, but, we should still have, we should at least have a change in terms of, what the main map will be. However, I can't really say much about Urzikstan, mainly because I don't really have a lot of knowledge on that map. I don't really know the public reception. I don't know how people, I don't know whether or not if people actually like the map or they strongly disliked it, but clearly something was wrong if they had to add Verdansk into Warzone, so maybe it wasn't really a well-liked map. Of course, the situation here with BR is a lot different because we do have maps that people do indeed like, whether it be Cry, whether it be Blackout, or even Isolated. They all seem to be maps that players don't really have a problem with. You know, I haven't really seen a lot of people complain about maps at all in this game. And when I mean complaints, I mainly just mean BR map complaints. I'm sure people have complaints about multiplayer maps, but BR is a completely different thing. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. If you guys can, share some information about Urzikstan. Maybe there were some problems with it because I truly do not know how that map worked because I never really played Warzone. But yeah, anyways, have a wonderful day, guys.